That was intense. And we're here to welcome our good friend and your good friend, Greg Hermanovic, founder of Derivative, maker of TouchDesigner, all extraordinary things. How are you, my friend?
Pretty good. Wow, that was an insane first, round three. Oh, I was amazed at how much people picked really interesting artists and managed to emulate their styles like so quickly, add motion in
Mm.
some cases. Among the ones that you guys were really impressed by, I enjoyed watching Patchy's thing with doing Toy Story reference by drawing something on and scanning it in and tracing it, kind of thing. So added a bit of kind of manual entry to it as well. And I really liked things like Polyhop's Escher spinning things got a really nice look. Everybody got such nice looks with their the operators as they are. So I don't know. It was pretty amazing how everybody kind of pulled off something that's in a different style, and just going through one by one, it's like, wow, what a showcase. So
It was a lot of fun. And I
yeah,
know, sorry, go ahead, Greg.
yeah. One thing I want to mention too is that I was also going through the round 1 and 2 videos that are posted on your stream, which are the artworks from day one and from the first round 1 and round 2, and those are pretty interesting things. They're like a master course in kind of a power hitting through 1 hour of just building stuff from scratch. So and some of them are very, very well explained. So I really recommend the people who are watching this to go through those videos, because they're like
Mhm.
tutorials on TouchDesigner's Deluxe.
I mean, I
And
think one of the really fun
sorry,
things here, sorry to Elburz, just to jump on
no, go for it.
top of you, is just, I think what we saw in the last hour also helps really demonstrate the flexibility and what has held and captivated so many of us with TouchDesigner is that these pieces came together in such a short span of time, in part because the tool gives artists the flexibility to create those kinds of works that quickly. And I think it's why I keep coming back to it. It's why I know other people are excited about it. And it's one of the pieces that I'm really excited is showcased in the championship, is getting to see how quickly people can put together these really dynamic and beautiful pieces relatively quickly and seemingly easily, even if that's built on lots of experience and background.
Mm. Yeah, like a lot of the driving force behind the development of Houdini and TouchDesigner was the notion of looking at art, movies, special effects, and trying to figure out how people make that they're building. And it was always, I sit in movie theaters and just watch, oh, how do they do that effect? I don't think we can do that in Houdini. We better add some nodes so it makes it easier. So progressively over the decades, we've been adding parts that make it easier to emulate styles of other artists. So
Mhm.
not very specifically, but general small tools. So that's kind of been a big driving force of this software. It's really great seeing that exemplified in the stuff that people made in round 3.
And I think that's going to segue us into round 4 pretty well, because this is quite a fun challenge. It's an interesting one. I know we're all excited for it. So let me read it out here. This is the technical challenge. And the idea behind this challenge is, using the provided database, create a piece of generative art inside of TouchDesigner. The database contains, actually, so this, we got to update this slide a little bit. Sorry, I didn't update it, but I'll read out. The database contains 80,000 entries of UFO sightings around the world, mostly in the US, since the early 1900s. So the competitors can choose to interpret the data however they like. The visual representation does not need to be literal. It can be any kind of abstract visualization that the competitors find interesting. The work, however, must be derived in a large part from the data provided. And there are many different competitor or angles the competitors can take, because there's a lot of really good information inside of the database. There's the time that the sighting was occurred, the location, both in terms of text and in terms of lat-long coordinates. There's the of been kind of sized down to about 6 or 7 different shapes. There's text-based descriptions of what the actual event was, which some of them are really poetic when you read them. So with that said, competitors have 60 minutes, started as of about a minute ago.
Well,
That's a
maybe
lot of
there's
note cards.
more UFOs out there. Maybe they're coming to check us out.
I
In
really like
droves.
this visualization that David's starting here. That's a fun kind of, I don't know where he's going exactly, but it's a nice start with this kind of like grid array of points. I'm curious what happens eventually.
Similar. Looks like he's using the date similar of the incident. Oh, interesting. So Flow is also using coordinates. There's a lot of folks going in for the kind of map-based visualization, whether it's 3D or 2D.
Really
Flow,
tight looking map. Whoa. He's definitely out ahead here. We'll see when we back out from Flow. Oh, Dom. Okay, interesting. It's cool, and I love seeing some instancing happening right away. I feel like the instancing trick I always think about though is having a null at the end of my line, because I always end up changing my manipulation in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm adamant. If null, every chain needs a null. Doesn't matter. Always.
We got a lot of work to do on that. What's going on here?
Interesting. Yeah. So this looks like latitude and longitude again, or the text. It looks like what's Ola? Ola's looks like she's using the text descriptions, which I hope if she zooms in a little bit, we can read some of them, or maybe I can pull up the database on my end. But there's some really, like Greg was saying, someone, what was it mentioned? The UFO followed me through the desert.
Yeah.
I saw 30 bright white lights hovering in the sky over my neighborhood. I mean, it's almost poetry for me. We saw a quick whitish orange orb in the sky. There's a lot of great ones that are in there.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
I really like the poetry of it.
Yeah, you're right. Using the
really
text.
Nice. And nice use of two textures here.
To get that little like cloud coverage.
We've got some kind of like strange looking UFO. Ori's rendering has really done it all the way through.
Yeah, he's been bringing a lot of really good like techniques and beautiful visuals, like right natively in Touch.
Really nice.
And it looks like Michael's doing something interesting too, where he's got, he made these little DATs that have the location, the date, and it looks like the shape of the, like the UFO sighted, but he's got them in this cool like 3D array that he's kind of like flying through.
Date, shape, location. Oh, that's
that could
great.
be really interesting if he does some cool camera animation flying through it. Yeah, it looks like Rob is also using text of there.
Cool.
Oh.
Looking for the right colors.
Yeah, it looks like he's looking for a nice composite system here. He's been doing a lot of like really nice composites.
Rob, turn off your palette. Give yourself extra space. It's free. You're wasting your space. Wait. Okay, Scott, -2.
Scott's got a regular one, but I think Rob and I've seen a couple other folks who have their own like custom, and I think Scott can hear us, but they have their own custom like palette situations with full of their tools.
Rob McDonald, -2.
I even went down the route at one point where I had a script that like reached into the system components and then deleted some things or like disabled their displays. I was like, I'll find a way to get this realistic back.
Veland's looking like of the data. So he's got about 200, 250 samples in there.
Wow,
oh yeah, he's got the event shop. Event shop is a hidden gem. That's one of my favorite operators. I use event shop anytime I'm doing like big instancing, any kind of like, when you have to do like particles with control in some way. I always go down to event shop. That is such a useful operator if you have just a tiny bit of Python scripting, being able to fire events, control them, randomize each individual event. It's basically like a trigger chop that scales is how I imagine it.
Oh, we got it.
This looks pretty fun.
Oh, right on. We're going to get instant spaceships.
I really like that technique that Ben has here of the noise with the lookup and then the resolution to smooth it out, earth texture.
Hmm.
That's a really nice little trick there. Interesting. I wonder what Da is working on here. We don't see his modulars right now, which is a change of pace. It looks like he's got some pattern chop. Pattern chops are nice too. I really like pattern chops for making quick ramps. I really like this technique that Patchy's got where he draws something and then scans it in.
Thought bubble. Oh, that kind of looks like an alien on the right and a thought bubble or a speech bubble on the left. Okay.
Oh man,
I see where we're heading here.
Says
nice,
the aliens
Patchy.
say the stuff that's from the text of the sightings. That would be hilarious.
Oh, nice, Patchy.
Oh, clever.
Oh, he's not dealing with the geographic part of it. Oh, that's
cool.
I
like the comedic angle though. That's a good one. Looks like he's got some particle systems.
That's got a very Aurora Borealis kind of feel to it here.
Yeah, it's got a nice texture.
Hmm. Ah, there's Borealis.
Yeah, maybe that's the vibe. Maybe it's a...
Yeah, so that's the texture on the surface in 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, all right.
Now, I think she's going towards doing kind of like a globe with all the hot points on it for the locations. But I even like this kind of abstract look, like the in the process look looks really cool too.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know if you guys are the same. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, Greg. Sometimes I'm like working towards a goal, and like, wait a second, this is way better than what I was working towards.
Yeah. Stop, lock it up, and go home.
Yeah.
Publish, and that's it. Yeah, that's great. That's great. It's some nice.
So
nice
that's a little
midpoint.
peek at some of the data set right there. You can see like there's a state column, dates, cities, the duration in seconds. Like it's a pretty clean database. And I like a lot of the competitors this round have brought some good effects on their cameras. You know, like either keying themselves out with an animated background or, you know, I know Michael's got like crazy effects and particles going on behind there as well. Interesting. So I wonder how David's instancing is shaping up, because this I think previously was the red kind of square instancing, wasn't this, Matthew? I believe.
I think so, and this is shifted a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. It's like eclipsing.
Yeah, there's black ones. 4 or 5. Oh, Essex Junction, Vermont.
Okay. I mean, this really does start to feel like it could be an abstract poem machine.
Oh, Ginger's is looking really nice. She's taking more of the abstract route.
Play 2 trombones at once. Yeah.
That's some form of compositing. Yeah. And I like how Ginger's always had notes for us on screen, which she's mentioning pulling out keywords from the text and creating instances for each time the corresponding colors are to compare people's descriptions. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
And it's got a cool look. Like it's got that string. You know, I remember when I was first making my first GPU particle system in a shader, and you kind of pass through this phase of like, I have points that are controlled, you know, in a shader, even before you get to the particles. I like that. I like that kind of look a lot. Well, actually, let's see what Harvey's up to here. Something interesting.
Harvey's done an interesting, like, he's gone the lat long route of visualizing the data. So rather than trying to wrap it around a globe and understand that kind of that transformation, it's all topographical and flat, which is also interesting.
Actually, wow, Joseph's looking really nice. If we can zoom into his, he's got lots of points. Actually, every time he goes into perform mode, we stop seeing it. But when he comes back, that looks nice. He's got these almost like asteroid type objects, but he's got the nice text rendered alongside of them with the instance.
Wow,
and a nice globe too. That's really nice.
What?
Wow.
Hello, I'm Flo is doing something cool. Looks like he's got a reaction diffusion situation going on here. Oh, that's
I'm waiting for this
interesting.
to like take the shape of the
Gee.
words.
It actually looks like, so what I saw on the left side was it looks like he's scrubbing through the data. I don't know if it's row by
Yeah.
row or in small chunks, and then
Oh,
Yeah.
using that, yeah, he's like scrubbing through the lat long, and that becomes some of the points that get
Source
rendered and
point.
fed into the reaction diffusion.
that's
Beautiful.
clever. That's really
That's really
beautiful.
cool. Ooh, Ola looks like she has something really cool going on there with the text. Some cool 3D effects, maybe. Oh, and then
Oh,
some nice
nice.
lighting around them. That is beautiful. That's nice.
Nice.
And actually, it looks
Wow.
like,
Wow.
oh, you know what? I think it looks like she's going to use the latitude and longitude to instance the points on the globe, but then it won't be like an overt globe that you'll see. Then you'll have the text in the middle. You know, it gives me that
Oh,
what's
yeah.
that? What's that? X Files. It's got like an X Files vibe to it. The text.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, let's check in. Oh yeah, so that's cool. So Michael's got his, and for that, props to Michael's camera situation. I like that. That's cool. And then yeah, it looks like you're kind of just moving through these different, you're
Word
flying
cloud.
through the text space. Yeah, that's cool.
So hold on, is Ori got a little like beam? I think
Oh my
there's like a
God, he's got he beams it up. Awesome.
oh,
And
that
look at you see on the texture of the
Oh,
globe, he's got the
that's
nighttime mode, so you see all the lights from like the cities. That's really nice.
oh my god.
That's cool.
that's really
And now he's pulling. Now, oh, look like he's going to do something with text.
Yeah, I wonder if he's
Oh,
gonna have some kind of general label.
he's going to pull the text out, display it somewhere.
That's cool. Oh, Owen's got something. Oh, I like Owen's vibe is really cool. He's got kind of
oh
that
yeah.
lo-fi, like I recorded this on my VHS, like on my
Oh, that's
camcorder
cool.
situation.
Oh, I love
That's
VHS
a really
looks.
nice vibe.
Cool. Yeah, we need to jitter the scan lines a little bit, but that's pretty close.
I wonder if he put a custom
Look at that
font for
nice
that, or
font.
if yeah, I was wondering how he got that font in there. Maybe he did some
Yes.
processing trick to just like low res, a default font.
Yeah, I don't know. He must be scouring the web for low res everything.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what Simone is up to here. It's really abstract looking. It was really interesting. So what do we got here? It looks like there's some dates flying by.
Oh, those are the shapes too, right?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, are those the shapes? Greg, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Probe. You know how Probe has the little stacks of discs for the last 10
Yeah, the
click
stacks of
times?
discs. Yeah.
That's
The
cool.
Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, the Tootsie Rolls. Oh yeah, and here
That
we can
looks
see a
nice.
nice like
I
little
love it.
breakdown of the data set.
What's
That's
animating?
really cool.
Yeah,
I like the abstract kind of approach to it.
definitely. But what's causing the shape change? I don't know. Oh,
That's
he's
a good
going through
question.
dates. Well, he's going through dates there. 2/1.
Oh yeah.
Is that
look, there's-
Oh
linearly
yeah, there
through
it is.
time?
So that selection into like a switch soft or something like that. That's a tough one.
Feelings looks nice.
We got a lot of
Going
cool
with
ones
one
here.
sphere.
Yeah.
I wonder how's I was using the data. Oh, it could be moving a light around based on its latitude, longitude.
Yeah.
If that's true, I'm
That
imagining
looks
this.
cool.
Uh-huh.
That'd
I
be
wonder if he's gonna
amazing.
have that text updating as well soon. He had like this kind of particle
Oh yeah.
situation. I wonder how the data is turning into the particles in this one, because I could see it going, lat long. You could almost have shapes. I mean, I'm not quite. It's making a really nice pattern though.
Oh, well, it must be a little bit of instances in top, so 'cause it looks like some of those values are getting manipulated with a math top.
Oh yeah, Math is super hype. Like that's one of the new features that I really like. This whole new push towards like the point clouds and being able to do like math on all the channels at the top without having to like write a shader. That's the Greg. I feel like you pushed this one through. Was this your genius?
But yeah, we're slowly taking chop features and putting it into tops. Like that's why I have the limit, and that's why you have all the point cloud stuff. And the viewer, the point viewer is a kind of big step in the direction of just using tops to visualize data.
Mm-hmm. And Vincent's looks pretty cool too. It's kind of like an abstract bar chart of some sort.
Oh, are those the shapes? I wonder if that's the occurrence of the shape reports.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got assets.
Oh yeah, you got to bring in the nice fonts, you know.
Cool. Oh wow.
Oh, that's an alien font for sure.
I want to look at Vincent's assets folder. Looks like he's got a lot of interesting stuff in there that he's collected. That's terrific. Nice font.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be down to the wire here for folks. Man.
Yeah. Oh, he's using the event shop. Yep. Right. Wow. Cool. Uh-oh.
Nothing like errors. That's the best.
Uh-oh.
No, this hunched over look he has right now. This like, can I get into the screen
classic.
any further?
Yeah. I have that look all the time, and then I remember that I can just make the text bigger in my code editor, and usually I stop moving it a little bit.
Had the path to site log wrong. Right on.
Yeah.
Now we got logs.
What's Da up to? It looks like he's got some matrix looking text. Getting those alien codes. You know, where did they get the technology? You know, any ancient alien fans out there?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is so curious. I'm wondering if he's doing like a Luma blur for his depth of field here, or if he's doing a different compositing trick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it is a depth of field, I think. Oh yeah.
Ben's looks pretty crazy too.
I don't know what's happening at all in this.
It reminds me of like those.
Oh no, we got eyeballs.
It's like, remember those GeoCities websites you used to go to, like the conspiracy ones?
Yes, yes.
This has got that vibe for me. Like, it would be at the top of a GeoCities page.
Interesting. He works without any viewers. Viewers open. Viewers active. Huh.
I imagine he's trying to keep it efficient if he's using the big data set. Because 80,000 rows, I mean, that's nothing to it's nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah.
That's a bit. That's especially in a table that'll slow you down.
Yeah.
And Patches is looking really nice too. It's got that. I like that the alien pops in. that is very good.
Okay.
Very clever.
Oh, dude, that's so funny.
Clever there.
Sweet memories. And actually, Dawes is coming together real quick, even just from the last time we checked in. Oh, that's cool. It like types in the message, the like UFO situation.
And the little
so folks have about
feedback.
30 seconds left. This is the last 30 seconds.
Reveal and spin.
Yeah.
All right, clock's ticking. Oh, I like where Justina's gone with this. That abstract representation is really beautiful.
Yeah. Showing the points. Greg, was there anything that was kind of standing out to you as a really cool thing that you enjoyed seeing in that challenge?
Well, like you said, it was the variety of work. There's stuff like Owen's VHS look coming out of the blue.
Hmm.
The sort of reaction diffusion thing of Florent. Even like Ginger's thing where she's pulling out keywords and counting number of instances of keywords and then displaying that's a it's another take on just playing around with the data. um I don't know, I think that it was I think they were all over the place, and I think it was
Hmm.
great to see. So Harvey's thing was absolutely gorgeous, and so was Ori's. They took
I
to
think we've had a lot of
navigating over.
really.
Yeah, what's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they took to navigate, like Harvey's being interactive and
Mhm.
navigating over the earth is
I
amazing.
think that was
And
really cool to see all that variance, especially like when, because there was no element of interactivity required, but still so many competitors went down that road of adding
yeah,
cool little features. Matthew, was there anything kind of stand out for you from this one?
I mean, I think I'd echo what both you and Greg have already said, that it was exciting to see such a diversity of how people approach problems and how to think about them. I really
Hmm.
like Flow's use of reaction diffusion and the kind of relationship to the data there. That it was really playful, it was fun, it felt otherworldly. Um, I also really like Justine's use of the texture that wrapped around that globe that was used a lat long data, but was much more abstractly represented in its rendering. So we really interesting not only uses of the data, but creative applications of how to display it artfully.
yeah, yeah. And then the look of Patchy's alien with the speech bubble, the description bubble beside it was pretty nice too. And again, using
That gave me a good
probably
laugh.
tracing shapes
Yeah.
and getting a couple of a very nice looking thing out there.
So I think that's a good segue. We can actually get the points up from Challenge 4. So this is only the points of Challenge 4 and how everybody did. So we got Ori came out in first, closely followed by Dylan, Simon, Florent, Owen, Ginger. I mean, I think we're seeing, a very similar trend where, it's never like we have somebody stand way above everybody else and then like, a ton of people on the bottom end. These are really close judging score differences. Just even looking at these, Greg, is there anything that kind of surprises you from this? Is this what you were expecting?
Yeah, I'm happy to see that Owen's VHS look pulled up there, but
Mm-hmm.
also I thought yeah, Wieland's just the look of his very simple flashing sphere with the comments. I thought probably should have done better, but
Mm-hmm.
that's how I feel. And then top ones are definitely the top ones I would have expected. Ori's thing as well.
And Matthew, what about you? Is there anything kind of out that you thought? Where's your gut reaction to these scores?
You know, I if a lot of these feel pretty consistent with what I would have expected. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's hard because like Craig pointed out, like Owen's VHS look was so on point for the aesthetics of the
Mm,
database and the relationship of thinking about like the VHS style capturing of UFOs and the kind of anchor point that I have for that in my own memory in the 80s and
mm,
90s.
mm.
Um, but it's hard. I think it's hard all around because I think if we had it my way, we'd just give everybody licenses um, because everyone's done such a nice
Prizes for everybody.
yeah. You get a license. You get a license. You get a license.
Oprah style. Oprah style.
Drinks on the
So I think
house.
that brings us to a really interesting place because now we've seen all four of the challenges. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick 15-minute break as we get the first, second, and third place winners ready for their interviews with us, as well as prepping to show you what the actual standings are at the end of this, and going through our award ceremony of giving out all of our prizes to the wonderful competitors who really, even if you didn't get anything today, should be super proud of yourselves for showing up on 2 different days
Yeah.
in high stress situations. I can't tell you folks, like, I'm stressed over here, but I'm happy I'm on this side and not in their shoes, because just looking at them trying to go through all these things and making wonderful things, I think is something that's really commendable. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back for our awards.